do everything myself and then move to the next step? Or should I begin with something in S and X band or even Ka band? So what I would suggest is having the ground segment capable of evolving as simply as possible. In order for you to focus on the mission, the best way for you is to build a ground station which is a black box, which is a plug and play, let's say. You just receive your data, and whatever the communication scheme, whatever the protocol you will use for this mission or the future missions, the ground station is intelligent and reusable, adaptable enough to support this evolution. So what I would advise is to choose a ground station which has this capability of supporting S, X, and why not Ka band, supporting CCSDS, which is what is used in all the big satellite missions, not only to copy what is made currently, but also to be able to join with your station existing ground station networks. And unfortunately, I guess we don't have the presentation from KSAT just after me. But I guess he would have talked about a new network they have supporting this CCSDS, S, X band, and why not Ka band? Because they are applying this. Also for SmallSats. So yeah, like I said, this is something I heard in at different customer sites, and especially at different universities, for example in Singapore, but also in France. We have, so I didn't present myself, but I come from France. Maybe you heard it already. We are part of a foundation called Van Allen, which is based on the University of Montpellier, based in the south of France, which will begin to work on CubeSats. They already built different CubeSats, like Robusta, you may have heard about it. It's the first French CubeSat. And now they are going to build a student space agency, research center for space, let's say. And they are in the process of having an antenna or a ground station capable of supporting S and X band as a first ground station. So of course, when I speak about very capable ground station, very adaptive and flexible system, some of you may say, okay, it's very nice that you say that, but it's probably very expensive also. So it may not be expensive. It really depends on how you see your projects, how far you would like to go in the evolution of your project. You have to see your ground stations as not a mid-term or a short-term solution, but an investment. You have to build a network which will be used for the next 20 years. And this is the reason why you have to make a good compromise between adaptability and cost. So I won't make too much advertisement here, but I just want to present the type of antennas my company provides for small satellites. So we have different dishes like this, and 2.4, 3 meter, or 3.4 meter, depending on the budget link which is expected to be supported. This antenna is S-band ready, X-band ready, but also K-band ready. So we could provide whatever the feed, whatever the band. And basically, you would support, for example, TT&C on the S-band and payload data reception on X-band or on X-band and Ka-band. So this antenna here is shown as a fixed version or mobile version, so it's just the picture, but it's not mandatory. Inside that, you have everything. As I said at the beginning, we want to provide a solution which is a plug-and-play solution. You just have to put this antenna in working and then receive your data. It's a turnkey solution and a one-stop shop, let's say. You have everything inside, including the antenna, all the software-defined radios, and etc. So here a few numbers just for information. So when I speak about S-band, it's of course the scientific S-band as well as for the X-band, and K-band also. It's the 25.5 to 27 gigahertz K-band, not the upper band, which is dedicated to commercial, to telecommunications. So basically here a scheme of the principle of this station. So we have the terminal, the software-defined radio, which will generate the signals to be transmitted to the satellite. The satellite will downlink the telemetry data as well as the payload data on two different or the same link, and this can be received from the very same antenna. Here is a concept we would like to put in place, and I heard from the presentation from Attila just before that we may have to think about regulations also here, but the idea here is to provide on top of the antenna a service because we have huge experience working with people providing ground stations, networks and services, and our antennas cumulated with your antennas could be bound together in a network on a grid. And I think most of you saw the poster from Mr. Aguado from the University of Vigo, which is introducing such a grid. So there are some ideas here. We could build, so to say, a giant network of ground stations supporting SmallSat missions in order for you to support your mission with your antenna, but also to have constant access, whatever the position of your satellite on the orbit. So here it's only a concept. If you want to have more information, or if you would like to be part of the story, please come to me and we can talk about that. Here again, we are an equipment provider, but we are also open to your suggestion and your ideas to work further. Okay, here the summary. So like I said, the SmallSat market is growing very fast, so you have to be prepared and invest in solutions which are not short-term solutions, but solutions on the mid to long term. And yeah, think cooperation, because as a first goal, the SmallSat community has to be a community, and for that we need to talk together. That's it.
Good, Mathieu. Thank you. Before you go, and you are released from the prison, I have to look around. No, director is not here. I am just telling you, it's not me what you told on the, I don't care. But Mr. Rance is the former director of ANFR, which is a regulatory authority in France. I'm joking, don't worry. The second thing is that I'm just kindly asking you if you accept to remove ITU, that in the slides you say that we are part of the grid. Somebody can say with the ITU logo we are part of the grid. That's why just...
My mistake.
Okay. Look, if we look to the paper, because the KSAT sent to us a message just on 2 days before the meeting that for unexpected business problems they cannot come. We have a small luxury today to have a nice coffee break. This is I am giving you back. But please, Mr. Ansi have to come soon. That's why really for the last session we have to behave not like morning. Today we start 16:10, but really please, please, please 15 minutes. Don't try to run over, because after that really I have to show the knife or the scissor and to cut. That's why I am giving you exceptionally half-hour coffee break. Enjoy, but 16:10 back, please.
team operator is still at the place.
Yes. Yeah, no, it's okay. Give to the organizer. Okay, give it to me. That's why. And 6:50 tomorrow morning, the departure, the plane is departing, not you. No, don't take it personally. But look. I look, but before, you see, in this classroom, when I was here, we had 3 girls. From the 3, for 2, I was even not sure if they are girls. I have to be careful. Sorry for Jenny that I am making such a joke, but here in this